Hello, this is Miho. How are you guys doing? I'm recording this in Canada and Happy New Year. This is the January the 1st, 2021. So how you guys spend the day? So for me, the first sunrise, the January the 1st, every year I've been going out and to see this first sunrise. This is rooted back into Japan when I was, brought up in Japan. This is something very traditional, one of the many traditional things to do things. And I've been doing that since my teens. So that habit, it kind of carried on to even though I moved to Canada. So it's rare to actually see the beautiful sunrise because there's so many cloudy days, it seems, in Canada. But we always went out to see the sunrise, the first sunrise. It feels like this is something that, really set the tone for that year. Something that, willing to do for yourself, for the good, so you feel good. It's something kind of accomplished, even though you had a late night, because of New Year's Eve, you still get up. It's something that you feel okay, you accomplished. Right? So this is something that it really contribute to your state of being in peaceful and harmonized way. So when you really look for something to make yourself feel really comfortable and peaceful, this is really helpful to have a good state of being, the positive way. So take the time to relax and just be. It could be different from people to person to person, and some people like to do it in a steady and a still mode, like meditations or maybe the yoga breathing or taking a long bath, just stillness, right? I do that occasionally. And also some people are good to get this to be by moving, like running, exercising, or the walking in the nature. And actually myself, I like the moving portion of it because get rid of all the clutters out of my mind. When I'm still, it's harder for me to be just emptiness in my head. When I'm, say, doing the exercise like running, it focuses on my breathing or actual running, so that all the clutter seems to go away much easier, and the breathing part is happening at the same time, so you feel much fresher. It all depends. I do both, and some people are better at moving or some people better at being stillness, right? So you choose and you try and choose and find the one that really fits you. And when you take a moment to do this in your day, it really set your mode in a very peaceful and harmonized state of being. So you are more of the core to yourself, that meaning that you're very balanced. So even though you encounter, for instance, the arguments with your partner about a subject, and you start to say your part, and the other, the partner will say his or her part, and you start to say, no, that's not what I meant. I feel this way, and I really oppose this way and that way. And the other party will start to say, like, what are you saying, like, blah, blah, blah. And then it start to get really heat up the arguments. But when you argue, it really doesn't solve anything. You're just expressing your side of the opinion, which is fine. But if we don't agree each other, and it creates so much bad feelings, and it just carries on, maybe days, and it's not good for each other, right? So you just start to let go of what other people are saying. Like, that's their belief, that's their opinion, that's fine. They can keep on going, with that belief, but you have your own, and that's okay too. And they have their own, that's okay too. So you could catch, where you're just start, you could catch yourself, start to really barking at, the others. And probably because, you're aware of the consciousness, because it comes from being a good state of being. If you're really shaky, if you're really tight or stressful, you don't recognize what you're doing. You start getting into that, argumentative mode, and you start to really feed more and more of your opinions, and the arguments just burst. And you start to saying things that you wish you didn't, I've been there, right? So you just start to really let go of all those different opinions, which they're allowed to have different opinions. You don't have to agree on everything, on every subject. You have your part, you have your the belief and thoughts, that's fine, right? So you don't need to really bash, badly on the others, right? Anyway, so when you have a really peaceful and harmonized state of being, that comes from putting yourself in a state of like emptiness in your mind by being still, like yoga, breathing, or meditation, or the moving, exercising or walking, or even cooking. Like, it's something that you can really, really focus your attention to, and while you're doing it, what's happening around, it doesn't really bother you, because you're really focused on the things that you really like to do. And that's the state. It's more like a channeling. They say that every one of us has this ability to channel, which means you're really, really focused on things that you're doing because you love doing it. So a lot of kids do this unintentionally, and they just don't hear what's happening around. They don't know the time. We do have, as an adult, have the same thing. It's just there's so many other factors, like responsibilities, and have to do this and that. You gotta move from A to B in a certain time slot, and it's just so many things around to follow, so that we kind of tend to forget. But we do have this ability still reside inside of us. So take your time through your day to really be. Just look up the sky, and you just immerse yourself into this planet beauty, or you just take your time to take the breathing exercise, or just do the exercise, or do the cooking that you love, and you just be, and you find out that you're a much better person because you are very steady, you're very content with yourself. That's the state that you wanted to create every day. And by doing that, you're releasing all the stress that you don't need. When you go through your day, you will catch all those stress from others, like environments, other people's, all the noise around yourself. And then all those, things that you need to let go. It's like taking a shower after doing some exercise because you detoxed. Now you time to really wash these out, right? The same thing. You don't see it, it's not visible, but you catch those lot of stress and unwanted stuff by going your day. So you just release from your mental state and be empty. So take time to just look after yourself and look after your mental state and check on them. If you become argumentative more, maybe you just need more time to really settle yourself and, find yourself to be peaceful and harmonized state of being. So it's just another methods of doing mental release. And you exercise your body, or you look after the body by eating healthy, or sleeping and all that. At the same time, you need to look after the mental health as well. Just to release all the tensions, release all the stress, and then you'll be in a much better state day in and day out. Okay, so hope this helps, and have a great year. And I'll make a lot of mistakes, which I plan to do, and that meaning that it gives me a cushion to, it's okay, it's like permission myself to do things, because you get really rigid to try something new because that's unknown. You feel like, oh, I'm not ready, or what if. So when you think to yourself like, I'm going to make mistakes, a lot of mistakes, that really gives you permission to go forward at least and find out from your mistakes, and you learn from your mistakes. So at least you're going forward, and you might not end up the place where you wanted to go in your time slot, but that's okay because you're still progressing. It's a kind of permission that you give yourself to. So, feel much at ease to do something different or something creative. So, hope this helps, and see you in the next video. Okay,